Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of F1 2020 My Team Career. This weekend we do have the Italian Grand Prix here at Monza. This race weekend is going to be quite an interesting one. I do quite like this circuit, it's one of my favourites on the calendar. But obviously as you guys can see, I don't have a lot of engine power. You know, my engine really isn't up to speed compared to all the other cars. And this track's very engine based, very powertrain heavy, I would say. If we look at the performance stats, I've gone down. Alfa Romeo have jumped me. But this has been the issue for the second part of the season. As you can see, I'm already on my third engine, which I'm probably going to have to change and possibly going to have to get a 10-place grid penalty this race weekend, because that is going to be on like 80% by the time I come to the race. When it gets to 80%, that's when engine failures are a possibility. And with the championship being so tight to a racing point, I need to get points every weekend to try and stay ahead of that team. So it's going to be difficult. They have the second quickest car on the grid, but we're going to have to stick up. We're going to have to stick with it and just try our best. Again, we are trying to develop the durability department. We can now do 2 simultaneous upgrades with them, and they're going to get us more resource points. But it's a little bit too late for this season, but hopefully it helps next season. Anyway, we're going to get into qualifying, and I will see you guys in quali. So we are here in qualifying at Monza. My aim for this weekend is to get out of Q1, to get into Q2. I don't expect myself to get into Q3, considering the raw horsepower of the car is just not there. So hopefully we can get out of Q1 into Q2 and maybe get a good result, because we are going to have to take a 10-place grid penalty, I do believe. We're going to have to make an engine change, so we will see what happens. So yeah, it's going to be interesting this race weekend, to say the least, guys. So with this race weekend, one thing I'm trying to achieve, as I've said before, is just to come ahead of the racing points, which may be a bit difficult, because the reason that I need the championship point in the constructors is for the money. So as I've said before, I don't care about the Drivers' Championship. I'll be honest, it doesn't really give me that much as a team, where the Constructors does. So where I come in the Constructors really helps us towards our financial capability. So the more money I have going into next season, the more money I can spend to really upgrade my facilities. And also, maybe the more money I can have to get a better second driver. Now, one thing I need to check is when Giotto's contract runs out, because if it runs out before the winter break, then I need to get some more money to either renew his contract or get enough money to get a new second driver, which I do really badly want, because he's not, as much as Luca's been a great teammate, he's not been giving us any points finishes at all, and it's been painful having to carry the team. So we need a good second driver, but if his contract runs out before the end of the season, before I get all my bonus for the year, then I don't know what kind of driver I'm going to be able to get, because I don't think I'm going to be able to save up like 10 million between now and the end of the season. We'll try our hardest to, don't get me wrong. If I have to, I'll try our hardest. I won't put any money in the facilities. I feel like the second driver will be a little bit more important, because maybe the second driver, they can propel us to some more points finishes, which will help the team out next season, get a better finish and upgrade the car a bit quicker. So that's the aim for next season, and we're probably going to focus on the powertrain next season as well. We focus quite a bit on the durability department. It's going to be powertrain durability. I feel like if you have a car which doesn't give you grid penalties every week, which my car has been, then you have a better chance of getting more points more consistently. So I'll be focusing on powertrain durability next season, and then we'll focus on like chassis and aero. But there will be some regulation changes coming up at the end of this season, which could affect that massively. I could have durability department could be affected. All departments could be affected. I don't know, but we will see how much it's going to cost me in resource points. But we come through for our first lap. Not the best lap in the world. We come through for our last lap of Q1, and it puts us into 12th. Let's just see where that puts us in general with the session. Hopefully it was enough to get out of Q1 into Q2. Let's just see here. Yes, it was. P13. Good result for us. We are out of Q1. Carlos Sainz didn't even make it out, which is a surprise. Giotto, 19th, as per usual. He's always in P19. It's like his favourite position. Like we always used to make a joke with Nico Hulkenberg. He always finished 7th every race. Like Giotto, he now finishes 19th every race. So, yeah, that's why I need a new teammate. Because with me getting in Q2s, I've got 130 or 145 points so far for the team. Yeah, and he's got none, so not very helpful when you have a teammate which doesn't help you out an awful lot, I will admit. But anyway, we're doing our first lap in Q2 here. We're just going to see whereabouts we can get to. Our engine's on red, so I believe our car is getting near 80% engine wear. So I'm going to be taking a 10 place grid penalty either way. So unless we qualify P11 or higher, I'm going to be starting last. So we're going to push the car as hard as we can to see if maybe we could squeeze into the top 10. I doubt it because again I don't have the engine power. And with my engine being this worn, I'm also losing power on top of the engine I already have. Because the engine is worn, I'm not going to be going as quickly. Even though I have a worn out engine, I'm not going to be going as quick as if I didn't have a worn out engine. So yeah, we're going to have to make the most of it. Not a bad exit through those corners. It was slightly... We did exceed track limits there. Just couldn't quite bring the car in through that corner. But coming to the end of quali now. I'm coming to the end of my first quali lap. Good exit out of this corner. Trying to get too much oversteer. Nice exit out of the corner. Nice and easy on the power. And we're going to come through. And we're going to set a 19 flat. So very close to Norris's time. We've qualified P13, which then puts us down to last. As I expected, but I didn't want to get in the points, beat the racing points, and then I have an engine fail at the end of this race. I wasn't going to risk it. I thought, let's have a new engine in the car, and let's just see what we can do. Anyway, we're going to start last. Our teammate's in P18. Lights out, away we go for the Italian Grand Prix. We're going to try and make a good start here. Didn't get a lot of wheel spin, which is good, but we didn't get an good initial getaway off the line. Which has cost us a little. We're going to send it down the inside of, wow, a lot of cars. Up into P14 now into turn 1. Hold it around the outside. We're going to get a warning for colliding with Magnussen, who's behind us. I don't know why we got that, because he was, well, we were ahead of him. Anyway, we're up into P14. P22 to P14. 8 positions in two turns, which is quite impressive. We go past Norris. We even go past Gasly here almost. He's alongside us, and we do just about make the move stick. P12. Not a bad start. Wasn't expecting that start at all. It looks like Bottas and Verstappen are ahead. I believe Hamilton's starting on the medium tyres, so I don't think he'll be able to push away too early. We're going to try and catch up here to the Ferraris, which is their home Grand Prix, so they'll probably be quite quick, or quicker than usual. But as I said before, I need to catch up to the racing points. So that's my aim. We go up the inside of Vettel. We're going to hang him out to dry a little bit. We're just going to squeeze him out. Bottas sets the fastest lap of the race with a 22.9, I think it was. We skipped to lap 4, and that was a bit of a brave move. I got the move done on Kvyat. I actually wanted to only get the move done on Kvyat, but I didn't realise how early Ocon was going to actually brake. But we didn't affect him. We didn't take him out. We didn't get any damage, so we moved from the situation. We get past Kvyat. We are up now into P9, late on the brakes. Feed the car through. I have also put the AI difficulty up this weekend to 106 rather than 104. I felt like my car was getting too many finishes where the car really wasn't deserving. I know my driver level, my ability myself can push the car up further up the grid, but it shouldn't be pushing the car up into the points. Not points, I meant into the podium. So I have put the difficulty up. It might mean that I even put up even more next season or at the end of this season even. But we shall see. I'm enjoying putting the difficulty up because it means cars like Kvyat actually try and get past me here. You know, it just makes me focus more on defending as well as overtaking all the time. We're 5/10 down on Ocon. We actually go for a move after being 5/10 back. That's the other reason why I want to up the difficulty, because the AI just do not defend. They don't defend for toffee. They're very good at overtaking on the high difficulties. That's what I found. They go to overtake you a lot more, but they're rubbish at defending. You know, it's 5/10 down on him there, and I still managed to get past him. Anyway, we get close to Albon. Couldn't quite get the best exit. Ocon's actually going to come around the outside of us. Squeeze us out. We're going to try and squeeze him out a little bit here. Yeah, we just keep the position from him. So we got Albon, Ricciardo, and then the 2 racing points. So the racing points are currently racing in P4 and P3, I believe. Am I right? I am right with that. P4 and P3. That is that's quite something to be that high up the grid. We've got Albon tucked in behind them. So I need to find a little bit more pace here, just so I can get past these cars. A little bit more pace. I think that's one of the cars coming into the pits. I believe that is... I think it was Ricciardo coming into the pit. Anyway, we're in ourselves now. Perez is alongside us. We can see if we can maybe try and jump him in the pit stops. We need a good stop here from the Morris Motorsport crew. 2.7. Oh, we're getting held up. Oh, we're getting held up by Perez. Oh, that sucks. We could have got past him there. Hamilton's now on the soft tyre. I don't think Lance Stroll has made his pit stop. So if we can get a good outlap here, we may be able to get ahead of Stroll. On the brakes, see him get past Ricciardo. Or keep in front of him. There we go, we get past him. So we stay ahead of Daniel Ricciardo. So we got Perez and Stroll to catch up. We've got 5 laps remaining. The question is, can we do it? I need to be able to do it because they're going to get more points than me of this race, no matter what happens. Because they're most likely going to get 2 points finishes. But if I can come ahead of them and just reduce the gap that they would gain to us at this race, I'll be incredibly happy. Because at the moment, I am effectively in P7, I believe. And P7, you don't get a lot of points for P7. I believe it's 12 for P4, 10 for P3. No, 12 for P4, 10 for P5. I'm going to get like 3 points. It's not a lot. I'm going to get 3 or 4 points from this race weekend. So, it's really not a lot of points I'm going to be able to get. Whereas these guys, you know, coming in P4 and P5, most likely, they're going to be getting nearly 20 points from this race weekend. So, I need to get ahead of them to try and soften the blow that's going to happen this race weekend. Again, this is just down to the fact that A, I don't have a lot of straight line speed, and starting in last doesn't help me either. Anyway, Lance Stroll does come out ahead of us. We're getting attacked by Ricciardo into turn 1. We're going to go late on the brakes. Should better hang around the outside of him here. I do brake a little bit later than the AI normally do. But we have Stroll, then Perez and Albon. Albon's actually jumped the 2 racing points here in the pit stops. So that's helpful for me because that then puts the racing points down into effective P5 and 6. Yeah, P5 and 6. We're now on to lap 11. Everyone's made their stops. So we are in P7. So we are in P7 now, and we just got to try our best to catch these 2 racing points. I feel like the only way I'm going to catch these guys is if they, you know, try and overtake each other, or they make a mistake or something, because I just don't feel like I have the pace in the car to be able to catch them. You know, they're so quick in a straight line, even with DRS. They have DRS themselves. I'm just not going to be able to catch them in a straight line. You know, I'm on 1% ERS, so I have no ERS left. I have not a lot of fuel to play with. Albon or Perez is trying to go around the outside of Alex Albon here, which gives Stroll a good run actually. So Stroll maybe benefit from this. I lie. Both the racing points are going to benefit from this. So both the racing points are now up into P4 and 5, which isn't good for us. We end up getting past Albon after he made a mistake on lap 13. I need these guys to do something stupid. Perez is going for the move on Stroll, which is going to slow him down massively. We're going to get a good run out of this corner, out of the chicane. Can we get a nice run? We have to lift off a little bit. We go down to the inside. This is tense. If I can get in front of these 2, then this could be a possible, an effective win for us this race weekend. Down late on the brakes. Can we get past them? Late on the brakes. And we do manage to stay in front of the team. We have no fuel at the end of the race, but we come P4. P22 to P4 in that race. That was absolutely ridiculous. We get driver of the day. I reckon you should get a bonus point for driver of the day. I think that'd be a great thing to add to F1. But We come away, we win the race. Oh, sorry, we don't win the race. We metaphorically win the race against Racing Point. They do gain on us points-wise this race weekend, don't get me wrong, but you know, me finishing ahead of them just softens the blow a little bit. I come away with 12 points this race weekend. They get 18 points. So 6 points they've caught us up by. We're only 6 points ahead of Racing Point going into the next race weekend. We're on 145, they're on 139. This is what matters to me the most out of anything this season. I need to stay ahead of Racing Point. Next up, next track is going to be Singapore. So it's going to be a very interesting race weekend, I believe. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. If you did enjoy, smash that button, like and subscribe. And until next time, bye for now, and I'll see you at Singapore.